Now, loads of us own a bike and they can be worth a lot, so are an easy target for criminals up and down the country. Over 66,000 were reported stolen in England and Wales over the past year alone. So today, I'm joined by Sergeant Pippa Wilcox and the Merseyside Police Prevention Hub, who've been looking for ways to combat bike crime. Really good to have you with us today, Pippa. So tell us a bit more about Prevention Hub and what the aim is.
So the Prevention Hub is a small team and we work within our prevention strand, and the aim is to develop new initiatives working with partners, the community and the police as a whole to prevent those crimes happening in the first place, or those people coming to the notice of the police. And the analogy I like to use is, if you imagine a river and we had people falling into the river, we wouldn't just keep saving them at the bottom. You know, we'd go to the top and find out why are they falling in, and we'd fix that problem.
Yeah, go to the source. Having that proactive approach is key, isn't it? So exactly how do you work with BikeRegister? I see you've got your colleague Gurjit there working on the bike. What's going on?
So Gurj is actually registering and marking this bike. So I work closely with BikeRegister to try and encourage as many members of the public to register their bikes as possible, but also we have introduced the stop search of a cyclist within Merseyside. We have introduced the registering and marking of bikes when pupils transition from primary to secondary schools. You know, we're really trying to encourage for the environment for people to use their bikes more now, and children have got high value bikes, so we need to put measures in to prevent you know, them becoming a victim of crime. And also our bike retailers within Merseyside work alongside us and mark and register bikes at point of sale. So the introduction of that stop search, just like you would have if you were stopped in your vehicle, and an officer would check our police national computer to see if it had insurance and MOT, and we would check the person. That is exactly the same with BikeRegister. Now we can check the system and identify if the person who has the bike, that is the person we've got registered as owning that bike, and if it's outstanding stolen.
So is it a bit like a logbook for cars? Yes,
exactly. So once that bike is registered, a logbook is created, and that logbook remains with the remains with the bike. So it would if you sold it, it would transfer ownership, and those details would remain on the logbook.
So in practical terms, if I was to get my bike stolen, Pippa, like, how do I potentially get it back through this system?
Okay, so if your bike was stolen, first of all, I would advise you, even if you haven't registered your bike on BikeRegister, to go online and register it. It's free, but it may be 6 months, a year down the line, but the police or a member of the public may come across that bike. And then I would say report it to the police so that we're aware of the crime and we can investigate it. When we're out and about, we would carry out a search. So this is on a laptop.
Okay.
But actually, we would do it on our mobile devices, and we could search on the QR code, which you can see on here. So they're the stickers that Gurj is applying at the moment.
Okay, so they can just be scanned and you've got all the information on them?
Yes, but even if you didn't want it to be marked, you can also search on frame number of the bike. And when we carry out a search, because we are police officers and have that secure login, we can see the name, address, email address of the owner. We can see if it's been sold on, and we can also see if the owner has said that it's outstanding stolen. So it allows us to make contact with the owner easily and confirm the status of that bike and whether the person we have stopped actually is in possession of stolen goods.
Understood. And just to say, this isn't a real address on there.
No.
This is just for the mock-up for today. It sounds like it's been really successful. In fact, you've actually won a national award, haven't you?
Yes, so stop search of cyclists isn't routinely done within the police, so we would have stop search of a pedestrian, a driver and a passenger, but actually having a tool that for a database we can search is not standard practice, and also all the other innovative ideas I talked about with regards to involving retailers and schools, and as a result we've won the award and for the most innovative cycle crime reduction project, and it's been recommended as best practice.
That's fantastic. You must feel really proud, Pippa.
Yeah, no, I am, and everybody within Merseyside has done a fantastic job. You know, to really implement this, and I know officers out there are really passionate, and it's great to have this tool that we can make those bikes too hot to handle and give them back to their rightful owners.
I can tell you're so passionate about it. I mean, what's your motivation on a personal level?
You know, I am part of the community within Merseyside, and as well as bikes being involved in serious and organised crime, this is also a crime that impacts our community. You know, I'm sure most people will know somebody or heard of somebody that's had a bike stolen, and returning those bikes to the rightful owner and identifying those owners involved, you know, impacts on our grandparents, our brothers, our sisters, aunties, uncles. This is what policing is about, and this is about making sure that we work together, the community, public sector, private sector, to return their bikes to the rightful owners.
Oh, well, you know what, you're doing an incredible job. So thank you so much to both of you for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great work.